Welcome back everyone to a really cool Saturday morning here at the Big Top. The reason I'm standing in front of our case, as you can see, if you follow me on Facebook, you see all the Saturn games that we just put out. So this case now is slap full. Very, very cool. Well, we took a few things in. We got a whole bunch of Lego games for the Xbox 360. We've got Harry Potter's years 1 through 4, Harry Potter years 5 through 7, Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Marvel Superheroes, and Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Then we had Blockbuster come in. He traded a couple things in. A few things he bought from us. We got a component cable for the PS3, charge cable for the PS3, and a PS3 Sony branded controller still in the box. He said he used it just a couple times. Looked like it was in really, really good shape, so really happy to get this because we're actually out of wireless PS3 controllers right now. Guys, we just got some other stuff in. We got Super Mario 64 DS, which is really nice. The other thing we got a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS3, which is another really good game. Game's been going all over the place in price. It's went from 25 to 30 to 15. It's all crazy. I think right now GameStop sells it for about 25. Well, it's coming up on 11:30. We're sitting at 133. Not too bad so far today. A few things we sold here in the last few hours. We sold Enter the Matrix, Chronicles of Narnia, and Project Gotham Racing, the original Xbox. That's one of our regular customers who comes in first thing on Saturday mornings every once in a while and buys original Xbox games. We sold Dragon Ball Xenoverse for the PS3, Phantasy Star Universe for the PS2, Nicktoons Unite for the GameCube, Kingdom Hearts, a loose copy, as well as Medal of Honor Rising Sun for the PS2, Valkyria Chronicles for the PS3, and our big sale so far today, we sold one of the Saturn games. That was Earthworm Jim 2. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well guys, it's 1:30. We're sitting at 280. It's definitely turned out to be a pretty decent day. A few things we sold here in the last few hours. I sold Grand Theft Auto Liberty City and Grand Theft Auto 4 for the PS3. That Blockbuster came in and picked those up. We sold Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban and The Hobbit for the GameCube. We sold Lego Indiana Jones 2 for the DS. Super Noah's Ark for the Super Nintendo. That was the re-release from Pico Interactive that I had for quite a while. The guy I called, the bartender, came in and picked that up, gave me like 40 single ones for that, which was awesome. Then we had somebody come and pick up a Genesis system. They also picked up Starflight, Fix-It Felix Jr., which was one of the homebrew games I sell, and Sonic 2. We then sold a Genesis 2 AV cable. Then we sold Quantum Theory for the PS3, and then Diablo 3 for the original Xbox, the non-expansion, just the original. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Welcome back everyone to another cool Sunday morning here at the Big Top. I did not do a wrap-up at the end of yesterday. We did actually ended up at 328, which isn't too bad. As you can see, I am standing in front of the case again. We got some amazing stuff in, mostly Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. I'm going to start with the awesome stuff that we got in, all box stuff. As you can see, Grand Theft Auto 3, yes, that is Car Battler Joe, like a $200 to $250 game. The other really good one is a complete and boxed Doom 2 and Shining Soul. All of those are really good. We also got some pretty decent loose stuff. See if I can point a few out to you. The Jeep Jamboree, the Dragon Warrior Monsters, #1 I think we got in, Tetris 2, Space Invaders, Kingdoms Crusade, Mysterium. Yeah, some really, really, really good stuff. Well guys, it is 12:30. We're sitting at 146. We've actually had 16 sales so far, which is crazy, but unfortunately they're only averaging about $9 a sale. That's why it's so low. But with all the stuff we've sold, I'm just going to give you kind of a few items that we sold, some of the better stuff and some of the more random stuff we've sold. We sold Zumba for the Wii. We sold Tetris and Tetris 2 for the NES. Then Gyrus, Rescue, Xevious, and Golga 13 all for the NES. So we sold quite a few NES games today. We sold a new GameCube controller. We sold Lion King for the SNES. It probably lasted about, I don't know, a couple hours. I put it in the system, and within a few hours it sold. We sold 6 comics and F1 Race for the Famicom. That's another system we haven't sold many games for, but kind of a random sale. Then we sold an Xbox 360 battery charger cable and a battery pack. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, we took in a few things I wanted to show you. We took in W2K16 for the Xbox One. This is Icebreaker, a factory sealed copy for the 3DO. I wanted to show you this stuff because I missed it the last time. A lot of the games right here are some of the Game Boy Color games that we just got in today, like Castlevania Adventure, Castlevania 2, Great Greed. Yeah, some really good stuff here. A few other things we took in. Somebody brought in a Atari 2600 I was able to get with a few games. The better ones that I got a copy of G.I. Joe and Spider-Man for the system, which is kind of cool, and I think it's Cosmic Creepers. And then the other things that came in with that were a couple of Tandy Color computer games. That is Dungeons of Daggerath and Roman Checkers. Well guys, it is 2:30. We're sitting at 261. It has definitely been random game and system day. Besides selling like Zumba for the Wii and F1 Race for the Famicom, the Boxed Odyssey 3000 I had up on the shelf finally sold. Besides that, we sold Chrono Trigger for the Super Famicom. That actually sold. I've had that for a while. They also picked up Primal for the PS2. We sold a DS Lite, the white one we had, which was nice. We sold Madden 10 for the PS3. Then somebody come in and picked up a 360 power supply, a wired 360 controller, and Halo Reach. So yeah, some really random stuff. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, I forgot to mention Bobby brought some stuff in. We really didn't have money to spend, so he decided to do a trade with us. We got about 25 games from him, Xbox, PS3, some Wii games. We got a blue DSi with charger, and like I said, maybe 10 to 12 DS games. Some of them were boxed. He ended up picking up UFC 2 for the Xbox One and Brothers for the PS4. Gave him a little bit more trade value or trade credit since he traded instead of taking money from us, which was nice. I also took a few things from that stuff he brought in and I'm going to be putting that in my collection, which I'll go over later in the video when I do the wrap-up. Well guys, it's about 10 till 4. We ended up at 286. Definitely not where we want to be, but definitely better than last week. Very, very slow the last couple hours. We had a couple guys come in. One of them has been coming for probably for the last 4 weeks, every week buying a few things from us, which was nice. He picked up Automobile Lamborghini for the N64 and Tetris Attack for the Super Nintendo. His buddy picked up 1080 Snowboarding for the N64 and F1 Pole Position for the N64 as well. So now guys, stay tuned for the wrap-up. Alright, here is the wrap-up portion of the video. On Saturday we did 328, Sunday we did 286 for a grand total of 614. Weren't able to get to $700 like we normally like to do, but at least it was better than last weekend. Also, I was able to add a few things to my collection. First is something I was able to get the case and manual. I had a copy of Panzer Dragoon. The disc was cracked, but it did still work, but I decided to switch out the case that I had. It was just a handmade one that I made. I was able to actually get the manual and case. Great shape. Really happy to add this to my collection. Then we had a PC game. This is Betrayal at Antara. It is a Betrayal at Krondor series, a RPG for like the mid-90s PC. Really good to get this. Then had a couple of Tandy color computer games. We got Color Cubes and Spider Side. I'm really happy to get this one. You may see me in the very near future do a video on this one. Then got a couple of original Game Boy games, a couple of RPGs I did not have, so definitely had to add them. We've got Sword of Hope, and I have got Knight's Quest. Played both of them for a few minutes. Both look kind of cool. I may actually do a video on these as well. Then I added a couple of manuals, 3 for the Atari 2600. This one was kind of cool. This is Combat, but it kind of looks like the early, like the first version of Combat, because it's got the number on it. Also, there's 5 different, this is the 5 different language version. You see how thick that is? That is crazy how big that is. And it's also really good shape as well. Got a copy of Alien manual for the 2600. We've got Worm War 1 for the 2600. Nice manual. And then, as you guys saw earlier in the video, I got a copy of Dungeons of Daggerath for the color computer. Had that in my collection, but I did not have the manual. Really cool to get this. The game's a little bit complicated. There's a lot of commands you have to know, so I'm really happy to get this as well. So maybe, again, I may do a video on this as well. Again, guys, as always, thanks for watching.